A 42-year-old construction worker named Ishwar Singh collapsed in a scorching afternoon in May. He overworked himself without proper rest and was severely dehydrated. He knew that if he worked for one additional day, he would earn 500 extra rupees, but what he didn't know was that it would cost him his life. Because yes, that's right, Ishwar died of a heat stroke that day. And the reason why I'm sharing this tale with you all today is because that's not where the tragedy ends. That's where the tragedy begins. Because the Gujarat government had just passed a heat action plan that mandated rest for construction workers and and had provisions for providing cool water and shaded areas for their workspace. Ishwar didn't know about this policy, and he felt that it was his obligation to work endlessly to feed his family. And incidents like these make me wonder, is all the goodwill in this world only limited to mere documents, or will it ever translate into meaningful action to aid those who need it the most? How many more Ishwars need to suffer before we realize that awareness for a policy is just as important as the policy themselves? A very good afternoon to you all. My name is Aditya Mandloi, and I'm a 12th grade student from Anganwadis school. And today, I'm here with a mission to bridge the gap between the innumerable government policies and schemes and the people who are potential beneficiaries of such schemes, but are living in a state of complete oblivion. The policies are there, trust me, they are. They're printed in black and white. And I'm here with a mission to bridge the gap between the several government schemes and policies and people who are potential beneficiaries of such schemes but are living in a state of complete oblivion. The policies are there, they're printed in black and white, filled with promises and hope. But for many people, these promises are like distant stars, shining brightly from afar, but out of their reach. The problem of poor dissemination of public knowledge is a very fundamental one. And today, I'm here not just to bring the problem to you all, but I'm here to bring a solution as well. So, how do we tackle this problem? The answer lies in a story that I'd like to share. Last year, when I was in 11th grade, I was introduced to the most horrifying and thickest set of books of physics, chemistry, math, English, and economics. I was familiar with every subject but economics. I thought that demand increasing with a decrease in its price was all that was there to the subject, but I was entirely wrong. And then, as I was flipping through the pages of my economics textbook, I noticed something. I noticed an endless list of government schemes and policies that are there, and these policies are something that I didn't even know existed in the first place. The Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan that aims to educate children, underprivileged children for free. The Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya scheme that empowers girl child education. The Prime Minister Kaushal Vikas Yojana that provides skill development and vocational training to the Indian youth. I was overwhelmed. And page after page, all I could see was complex titled and a more elaborate description, and then I saw a pattern, a grand design that said that every policy is like a thread, weaving into the very fabric of our society, designed to uplift, empower, and protect the poor. I also realized that every scheme has a story, a vision, and a purpose to make the society the best version of itself. it was like an entirely hidden world being revealed to me, where the government is not just a distant entity, but an active participant in people's lives. I was utterly impressed with the government, but there was one question that kept on bothering me. It was that if there are so many schemes claiming to aid the poor, to educate the vulnerable, and to uplift the depressed class, then why isn't no one talking about it? Why is this golden information only found in the textbooks of 11th grade students? Why? I wanted an answer. I searched everywhere, and finally, my bureaucrat father told me how the common man, laboring from sun up to sundown, for whom all of these welfare schemes is beautifully curated, doesn't even know about them. And then I understood his explanation, but I didn't accept it. I knew that there had to be a better way, a way. And then I thought to myself that what if there was a medium, a platform to connect the poor, illiterate, and uneducated to the wealth of the schemes that are currently existing. But the extensive paperwork and red tapeism made it nearly impossible for someone just to find the right scheme, and I decided from that moment that yes, I want to give a one-stop solution to this problem. I want to provide a platform where people can learn about new schemes, compare them, and make an informed decision themselves. But indeed, this was a challenge. It was no cakewalk. But as Robert Frost would like to say, I took the road less traveled. I took the road that I knew I had to explore. I took the road that brought a lot more meaning to my life. And I took the road that helped me to develop my app, Jagruk. So Jagruk is a platform where people from different walks of life can get free access to public information in an organized and personalized manner. Jagruk has been a passion of mine and my only mission. And I'm sharing this story with you all today because I know that together, you and I, we can make a difference. And I also have an observation that I'd like to make. We all observe problems. Observing problems is not a problem. We all observe problems. But in the rat race that we live in today, the rat race where we only focus on excelling in our life, leads us to forget that indeed we are part of a larger community, a community of human beings, and we are meant to support each other. And let me be clear, supporting one another does not mean that you have to create extraordinary things or do something groundbreaking. No, it just means that you need to identify a problem and put out a solution. And that solution doesn't have to be integrated with the most cutting-edge technology in the world. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It just needs to have the possibility of bringing change. It just needs to have the possibility of improving the system by maybe 0.0001%, because I truly believe that one day all of these possibilities will be arched together to form a better tomorrow. And that is exactly why I created my app, Jagruk, applying the knowledge that I had gained from my school textbooks into the real world. So, this was the story of how my economics textbook pushed me out of my comfort zone and led me to embark on a journey where I turned meaningful words on government documents into a reality, to champion the cause of those who are often overlooked, and to turn pages into pathways. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.